Good evening. This day, 12th of January 2020, where I will be discussing crucial issues as it borders South and Southeast of Nigeria, as they call it, as the divide and rule call it. Invite your friends to join me, share this video. If you have friends in military, in Nigeria military, share this video, invite them to come and watch and listen to these impacting words. Thank you. You're welcome, Victoria, Ike Chukwuemwere, Uchenna, Mefo, Obiano, Ibenda. Welcome to join me, Emma Gold. Today, if you know you have any military personnel as a friend serving in Nigeria Army, invite him to watch this video. Invite him to watch this live broadcast. Thank you, Danny Smith, Jerry Ibn. Thank you for joining me, Victor Rescue. Thank you for joining me. And those people calling me, please stop calling me, for Christ's sake. I thank you for joining me. I will be waiting for 500 viewers and we start. We may not have much time, but 500 viewers will be expecting, and as soon as we get to 500 viewers, we will start to release this bombshell that will touch the minds of everyone serving in Nigeria military. Every mind, every soul, every person will be touched this evening, so that by the time you hear Biafra referendum, by the time you hear people chanting Biafra, you will take your AK-47 and hide it. As a military man, if you hear people chanting Nigeria disintegration, you will know that the oath you have taken, the oath of allegiance you took, has expired, and all you could do and all you should do by then is to take your AK-47. Thank you. This is 500 viewers. You're welcome this day, 12th of January 2020. where the awareness for Nigeria disintegration and awareness for Biafra restoration continue. Today, I am going to discuss the security issues as the border on South and Southeast, as they call it, which are Biafra land. So, in conclusion, the South and Southeast are the Biafra land, and today I am going to discuss the security issue as it borders on them. Will all of us know what has happened in Yoruba land? The Yoruba land was the target, the main target of this jihad, of these terrorist herdsmen sponsored by the North and the Nigeria government. So the Yoruba has come and they have done the needful as we cried. They listened, the elder of Yorubas, they listened to our cry. And there is need for them to set up the security outfit called Amotekon, which has sparked a lot of controversy, a lot of criticism, only from the northern Fulani people. And the federal government, controlled by terrorist Fulanis, only them are criticizing Yorubas for setting up this commendable security outfit to combat atrocities that has been happening in Yoruba land, to combat the crime being sponsored by this present government that has seen the leader of a Afenifere daughter being murdered in cold blood. And that was the first thing to ever happen in Yoruba history. For a daughter of a Afenifere leader, a Yoruba leader, to be murdered, and nobody was held accountable, nobody was arrested in Yoruba soil. And these are one of the things that has happened, a lot of atrocities we cannot even mention that has happened in Yoruba land, including the Fulani coming to Yoruba land to set up their own security vigilante group. But that has put into rest now, because the Amotekom, I believe and I have so much trust in them, will do the needful. Now we are focusing to South-South and Southeast, as the threat will now increase in the Southeast and part of South-South. From our own intelligence gathering, there are a heavy presence of Fulani militant group in Benin, in Edo State. Part of Edo State forest has been invaded by Fulani terrorists, jihadists. They are focusing on the South, and Southeast of Nigeria, and from our intelligence, they are multiplying now. Just within 2 weeks, they have increased in number in Edo State. To be precise, between the forests, between the old toll gates down to the new bypass. Those forests have a heavy presence of Fulani jihadist fighters. Today, as I speak to you, so I am calling on Edo State Governor. I am calling on South governors. I know there is political tension in Edo State at the moment, but there is nothing more important than the security of life and property of your people. So, Edo State Governor, I am calling on you with your counterpart in the South to go into action and set up your security outfits in South, especially the Edo State now is under fire. And nobody knows exactly why within these 2 weeks we have a heavy presence of militia herdsmen in that forest. I am calling on you, Edo State Governor, to send security or send some intelligence into this forest, and you will confirm in the thick forest, you will confirm that they have a militia base and they have a lot of armories in that forest. The forest between the old toll gate, from that toll gate till the Benin bypass, those forests, as I speak to you, I don't think anybody will go there and come back alive. So, Edo State Governor, you have to swing into action. The same thing will probably goes to Delta State. Delta State Governor, you have to go into action and make sure that you have your joint security meeting with all governors from Akwa Ibom, the governor of Akwa Ibom State, Cross River State, Bayelsa State, Rivers, Delta, and Edo. There is need for an urgent security meeting, so you don't have to waste time. And as Yorubas have instituted their own security, only that alone have given some Fulanis a chase of their life, and they are now focusing on the South, and Southeast. But as I speak to you now, for the last 2 weeks, Fulanis has invaded that forest, and we don't know exactly what their aim is. And of course, everybody knows exactly what their aims are. Their aims are nothing other than killing people and grabbing the land that doesn't belong to them, and the Fulanization of Nigeria. I want you to share this video and invite the military men, because I am coming to them, and what I'm going to tell them today will be a very big bombshell that will open the eye of every military man serving, especially those from the South or serving in this Boko Haram controlled military in Nigeria. So the governor of Edo State, I call you again. This is a very serious issue. Make up your security. I know you probably have some vigilante in Edo State. the forest in bypass from the old toll gate down to the new bypass, or how they call it, I don't know. That forest now have a heavy presence of Fulani with weapons, machine guns, and what have you. And they have to be given a chase, not to east, of course, not to southeast of Nigeria. They have to be given a chase back to north, where they come from, back to Mali, where they come from, back to West African countries where they come from. We cannot allow them to have the opportunity to carry out this jihad. Nigeria can be divided without jihad. Nigeria can be disintegrated without jihad. And what we are doing now is to give you intelligent reports that most of you are aware of. Of course, most of the Obas are aware of this. And I believe that as a chief security or officer of Edo State, you must have been briefed about what has happened within the last 2 weeks. And if nobody, your security personnel have not briefed you, the commissioner of police and whoever that is in charge have not briefed you, you have the opportunity to hear this news from us, that those forests has been occupied by not just ordinary herdsmen, but a militia group, a jihadist group that are about to unleash mayhem in south of Nigeria. The same thing now goes to the southeast governors. The southeast governors in Enugu State of Nigeria and Biafra land. There has been presence of Fulani not as threats as we see in Edo State, but the threat is coming, and we don't want to be taken unaware. The governor of Southeast, we do not want to be taken unaware. They are coming, but not as threats. The numbers that are coming in Enugu State today is not as the kind of threat we see in Edo Forest, because those ones you see in the city, those ones you see that are carrying their bags in the city are just informants. They are not as dangerous as what we have seen in Edo Forest. Well, from our intelligence gathering, what we have seen in Edo Forest is very frightening, and it is time you people join hand. It is not only the South governors, it is not only the Edo State governors of Baseki, it is not only him. It calls for a joint security meeting that will be between the South and Southeast governors jointly to come out with a very feasible plan, workable plan to curb the security threat that is coming to this region. Because when it starts, it is not going to be only one state. It is going to spread like a wildfire, and we don't want that to happen. And I am appealing to you people, don't let us shout like we shouted to the Yorubas for a very long time before a lot of things has happened, and finally we win the battle, and now Yoruba is on the way to another safe place. So please don't let us to shout. Don't allow us to shout for many months, because we may not have that many months to shout. We don't have many months to shout. The governors of South, and Southeast must not allow us to shout. Ebonyi State Governor, Governor Umahi also should swing into action, because from the intelligent report, there may be an upsurge of Fulanis in Ebonyi State. Ebonyi State of Nigeria may witness an influx of Fulanis, and those Fulanis should not be allowed to stay there. I know that in the Southeast, most of the governors have what we call, for example, in Ebonyi State, we have what we call neighborhood watch. The neighborhood watch, the governor of Ebonyi State, they must make sure that this neighborhood watch is upgraded immediately before we start to talk about instituting the regional security joint force, or whatever it is going to be called, like the Yorubas have done. So I'm calling on the the chairman of the Governors Forum of Southeast Nigeria and the Biafra land, which is the governor of Ebonyi State, as a matter of urgency to have a security meeting, and especially the neighborhood watch in Ebonyi State must be upgraded immediately. When I mean upgrade means that they are not just going about with machete. Upgrade means that you need to upgrade them, because if you have given them the power for security and life of people in the villages, you must be able to provide them with firearm. I am talking about firearm. I'm not talking about, when I say upgrade means that you need to upgrade them to start having firearm and not just machete. And so those calling me should stop calling me, please. Not just firearm, ordinary firearm. I mean, you have to upgrade them, upgrade the neighborhood watch in Ebonyi State, and let them start carrying firearm, and make sure, since you have trusted the life of and property of people in rural area and the villages in Ebonyi State, even in urban area, you have to also make sure you trust them and upgrade them with firearm, because I know the Southeast governors, before you people play all the politics that is coming in this security, in this judge security outfit that we are calling for, before you finish your debate and all your politics in it, it will take many months. So we don't want that. We don't want to take that kind of risk in Ebonyi State. I am calling you to upgrade the neighborhood watch in Ebonyi State. Upgrade them so that it is not only machete they have, and of course they have to, if need be, they have to work closely with the police. But make sure that police is not poke nosing into whatever they do, especially when it comes to Fulani, when it comes to the terrorists and jihadists that are coming in Ebonyi State, that will be trooping in Ebonyi State, as we know. From next week, an estimation of next 2 weeks, the Ebonyi State will witness a heavy presence of Fulanis, and nobody must allow these people to spend even one night. They are not Nigerians. Nobody from Kano State is coming to look for a place to stay in Ebonyi State. No Fulani from Zamfara State is coming to Ebonyi State to look for where to live. No Fulani from northeast, northwest, and north central, they are coming to Ebonyi State to look for where to stay. You can never see anybody trying to relocate within Nigeria. These Fulanis are not Nigerians. There are people from Mali, there are people from other West African countries, and their main purpose, only for coming to Nigeria, their main purpose is to come and participate in jihad. And everybody knows what jihad means. Everybody knows what jihad is. We cannot allow them to take our land and kill our women like what they have done in Middle Belt, in Benue, and in Jos, and all over Nigeria. We cannot allow that. And because they know that we are not easy to be conquered, they know that the Biafrans, the eastern part of Nigeria, are not easy to be conquered, but they are coming to give us a try. What they are coming to do now is to give us a try. And that try, we will tell them from the beginning that there is no road, not to even think of organizing themselves in different forests in Biafra land. We cannot give them that opportunity, for even one space cannot be given to them to have to be able to organize themselves. So the governor of eastern part of Nigeria, the southeast, the south-south, we are calling on you now. What we are saying is not about just talking. When we talk and give you figures, we want you to go exactly where we said something is. You go there and you will see things for yourself. This is not, at least if you don't see them in that place, you will see evidence of something that is something present in those forests, because where they are, it is very, very thick, and even hunters cannot get there. But they have their armory in those places. waiting for the order to be given. So send your securities, your forest guard to go into the deep forest and confirm for themselves, if they come out alive, confirm for themselves what they have seen. And this is just within 2 weeks, and this whole change happened. So we are giving you that security information that ordinarily you cannot get it anywhere. Ordinarily, the Nigeria system is dead because you have Fulanis controlling your... Fulanis are commissioners everywhere in southern Nigeria. They are the one in control, and that is why they can never be serious in protecting the life and properties of people in the south. All of them is only few of them that are from Biafra land that are serving commissioner. I don't know whether there are 2 or 1. Somewhere in River or in South, I think they have Igbo commissioner or so. But all of them are commissioners from the northern and from the Fulani Caliphate, and all of them has been given instruction how to manage the security in those areas where they are serving. And they cannot cross that boundary given to them. They cannot do more than what they were asked to do, which is to be always slumbing issues when it got to do with Fulani herdsmen. This is the reason why most of the Fulani herdsmen attack, you can never see anybody being arrested. Nobody will arrest anybody. But whenever somebody is protesting, you will see all of them going in people's homes and harassing them and breaking the doors. For example, in Lagos, I was watching a video where they went and started breaking doors of where women are sleeping, and they called them prostitutes, and they arrested them and arraigned them. And the woman was complaining that somebody was touching her ass. The policemen were asking, is it only you that have this ass and all that? That is what they are doing. They are not protecting the life and properties of people. Whenever you tell them that Fulanis are attacking, nobody will come to rescue anybody, because the order was given to them never to interfere whenever Fulani is in question. And now we cannot continue to allow that to happen. And that is why it is now the responsibility of these governors to take the security of life and property into their own hand. As the chief security officer of the state, Nigeria has failed. When we say Nigeria failed, it failed woefully. The security of life and property now, you must take it by force and protect your people. Don't allow the federal government to come, because the federal government has failed, and the federal government is controlled by Fulanis. And that is the reason why you will see the Fulani Meyete Allah having meetings upon meetings with the presidency. Every time they go to presidency to have meeting, and you will never see the other farmers from all over Nigeria who have suffered casualties. You will never see them with the presidency. You only see Fulanis. You only see Meyete Allah. And Meyete Allah, because Nigeria seems to always forget things very easily. We all know what Meyete Allah claimed before. We all know what the presidency claimed before. They claimed that the people who are committing these crimes are from outside Nigeria. You understand? The presidency don't have the shame to come publicly to tell the world that the people killing his own citizen, killing their own citizen, and committing genocide are not from Nigeria. And they can never arrest anybody that is not from Nigeria. Now, the same Fulani, the same Meyete Allah went to Benue State and apologized for genocide they committed against Benue people. Is that done anywhere in the world? You committed genocide, committed war crime, committed crime against humanity, and after months and years of denying it, you finally go and apologize and say you are sorry for committing genocide against people of Nigeria. You go and say you commit genocide, but now you have come to apologize and let peace reign. Have you seen anywhere anything like that is done? But this Nigeria government, controlled by them, never even questioned anyone. They never even arrested anyone after that apology. That apology is the biggest indictment upon themselves, because they have come publicly to acknowledge and accept that they have killed and they have maimed and they have committed genocide, and now they are apologizing for that. But nobody is paying attention, because Nigeria seems to forget. Nobody remember that ugly videos, those ugly videos of human head being chopped off, those ugly videos of people that are of women that are pregnant being busted, their stomach being busted. Nobody is remembering the pictures of innocent children being caught with cutlass and machete. Nobody remember all those. Nobody remember it anymore because of hunger they implanted in you, in the system, that everybody is hungry and nobody is remembering issues and incidences as they happen. Those pictures, I will start to publish them to bring your memory back that this Fulani herdsman has committed the unspeakable crime they have committed in Nigeria, and today nobody has proscribed them. Everybody has shouted, everybody has been shouting that Fulani should be proscribed, everybody accepted that these people are terrorists. They should be proscribed. But who is hearing that cry? Nobody is hearing that cry because they have the three arms of government. They have the judiciary, they have the police, they have the DSS, they have the army, they have the Air Force, they have the NDA, they have all the military school, all the police school, they have it. So nobody will proscribe them. The CGN is their member. The Attorney General of the Federation is their member. The Chief Judge of the Federation is their member. The Minister of Justice is their member. So nobody is going to proscribe them until Nigeria is disintegrated. And the only way we have to show them that Nigeria has started disintegrating is by setting out our own security outfit to combat them, to stop them before they come, because they are coming already. So we need to stop them before they come. Now, to the soldiers, that is for the South, because we don't have much time. I want you people, we have like for 1,400 viewers. I want you people to have peace and have short time to listen to this mind-blowing information. Now, the people serving in Nigeria military, I have come, it is to your turn. Those of you serving in Nigeria military, when this Biafra agitation is going to take a different turn, a different dimension, you must not be allowed to be used again. Because if you allow yourself to be used to commit war crime like Nigeria is being under investigation now, you will be brought to book at the end of the day. Not only that you will be brought to book, but I am telling you that what we are doing, I'm talking to the soldiers from South, all the soldiers from the South part of Nigeria. South means from Yoruba to Igbo to southern part of Nigeria. All the soldiers from the southern part of Nigeria, this information is for you. You must not allow yourself to be used to commit any further crime against humanity. You have committed enough crime, and those ones you committed, especially the one you invaded Nnamdi Kanu's home and started shooting human beings, killing them in numbers, those crimes are being investigated by ICC. And believe me, you may escape being prosecuted as a foot soldier, as a field soldier, but the next time you may not escape because we will capture your face on camera. You may not escape the next time if that kind of thing happens. So don't allow yourself to be used to commit this kind of crime that you committed in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's home. Don't allow yourself to be used by this Fulani-controlled government because they don't value human life. Now, why are we agitating for Biafra? Why are we agitating for Nigeria disintegration? To the soldiers, this is for you. We are agitating for a referendum of Biafra. We are agitating for Biafra freedom so that those of you who are serving in Nigeria military will have a better place to serve. Biafra will give you the best service, the best insurance you can think of. So if it comes to fighting for Nigeria, you will fight for Nigeria and die for nothing. But if it comes to fighting for Biafra, you are fighting for Biafra, fighting for the future of your unborn children, fighting for the future of your unborn generation, fighting for the future generation, fighting for yourself, because you will live to see Biafra, and you will have the opportunity to amend your ways and serve in Biafra army, and your life will be protected, will be insured. Now, Why will you think that Biafra will be better than Nigeria? Biafra will be better than Nigeria because what is going on in Biafra land today is what the Nigeria system has compelled Biafrans to be. So you are for those of you who just joined Biafra, who just joined Nigeria Army, you are receiving 48,000 naira a month salary. 48,000 a month salary for those of you cadets who just joined the army. If you think that information I'm giving is lie, you can come publicly after this live video and debunk or debunk this information I'm giving. You are receiving 48,000 naira every month. So is 48,000 the reason you will go and kill your fellow Biafrans, agitating for a better country so that your salary can be up to 100,000, 200,000 and meet international standard, like the military, other military in your fellow country are collecting good salary, good insurance? Is that why? Is because of 48,000? How much is 48,000 in dollar? You people who are good in making calculation, you can convert 48,000 naira into dollar and see how much it is in dollar. So because of 48,000, you will go and die in northeast of Nigeria. And when you die, it will take the military 3 years to contact your family and tell them that is even if they contact your family at all, that you have been killed by Boko Haram. And that 48,000 naira will be going into the military pocket. For that 3 years, they did not contact your family. They have been collecting that money. You see the wickedness and the evil in the military you are serving. Somebody was killed and they did not inform the family, and the salary of that person, somebody is collecting it in military. And there is no other person other than the chief of army staff, which is Burutai, is aware of all the ghost soldiers, all the dead soldiers that their salary are running. I am calling on Nigeria government. On Nigeria government. Since they claim that, at least for the meantime, the Biafra is not yet declared, or the Biafra has not been declared at least. So I am calling on the Nigeria government to investigate the current chief of army staff, Burutai. We want to know how many soldiers have been killed since 2015. And how many of them, those killed soldiers, how many of them their salary was still running? And who is collecting the salary of those dead soldiers? I am calling on Nigeria government to investigate. Of course, they will not investigate because the Fulanis are in control. The EFCC boss is a Fulani, is a Boko Haram member. The DSS is the same thing, a Boko Haram member. The chief of army staff himself is a Boko Haram member. The president himself is a Boko Haram. Who is going to give order for this man, for this Burutai to be investigated of these atrocities of taking the salary of dead soldiers? Have you asked yourself, what is the reason behind Nigeria military not have published the number of casualties they have had since 2015? When you tell them to publish the numbers of dead and fallen soldiers so that Nigerians will honor them. Nigerians will honor them. They will tell you that the other countries don't publish their own military casualty. But it is a lie. It is a lie. If you go to U.S. military website, they have the numbers of soldiers, of U.S. soldiers that has been killed in Iraq. Since the day of the operation, they have the update online. So the military in Nigeria will come to tell you, though not even the military, because I have never heard them saying that they cannot publish because other country, but the people serving the caliphate, somebody like this Femi Adesina and his fellow human beings, they will come and say military cannot publish because no military, no country is publishing their own. It's a lie. When you go to US, in fact, go to US website, the military website, you will see the figures of military men that have been killed. Not only the figures of US military men, you will see the figures of Iraqi military men that was killed during the time of the ISIS. Even during the time of the crisis till date, the information is available online. But why are Nigerian army fallen soldiers in Nigeria are not available? When you go to Nigeria to search about the soldiers, about the fallen soldiers, this is what you are going to see. They tell you the casualty, is unknown. Look, this, you see it? They tell you the information is unknown. Unknown. Do you know the reason why it is unknown? It is unknown because they are taking the salary. Not only that they are taking the salary, even when you don't have enough ammunition to fight Boko Haram, when you don't have enough food, we have watched a video where soldiers were falling and dying because of hunger, because there is no water. In Boko Haram, then, soldiers were no bullet have touched those soldiers. Not bullet, no machete, no weapon. They are just falling down and dying because there were no food and there were no drink. There were no water. Soldiers started dying with no water. And again, the soldiers that I am talking to, you people know what is called packing allowance in military service. You know what is packing allowance? How many of you have received packing allowance? Except those in Abuja. All of you that anytime they touch you, you carry your AK-47 to go and start killing innocent citizens that are fighting for a better country for you. That are fighting for a country that you can work, you can be proud of a military service, that you will go to your account where if your mother is dead and something happened to your family, you will go into your account and pull up money and solve the problem. But now, how many of you soldiers will boast of 500,000 naira in your account if you serve for 15 years? Nobody. None of you in soldier, none of you in military today, none of you from corporal to sergeant to, none of you today have 500,000 naira in your account. If you have 500,000 naira in your account, you know that you have engaged in corruption. You know that you have engaged in taking bribes. You know that you have done something you are not supposed to do to be able to have that 500,000 naira in your account. Because from your salary, you don't deserve to have 500,000 naira in your account. And these people that are sending you to kill innocent Biafrans that are agitating for the freedom so that you will come back and serve in a better country, you will go and kill them. And because you don't even have the money to feed your family, you don't have the money to help your extended family, your 48,000 naira they pay you every day cannot even buy you house. You cannot even go to a good restaurant and eat. But the people sending you, the Fulani sending you, you are even sometimes more educated and more smart than them. But they send you to kill your fellow Biafrans. You kill them, and then you come back again to serve, and they will use you to set trap to Boko Haram in Northeast, and you die. A lot of you have died. And you just died for no reason. You just died for nothing. Your family will be calling you on phone. Your phone will you are no longer reachable. And then that is just the end. You have died. Claiming you are defending Nigeria. And the people you are defending are using you for business. They are using you to buy a house in Dubai. They are using you to buy mansions in US. They are using you to buy mansion and send those money to bank it in Switzerland. But you don't have nothing in your account. And tomorrow you see people carrying flag of Biafra. You will carry, you yourself will even take the video of the crime you are committing. It is time you begin to think, because Nigeria can never help you. Tell me, most of you in Nigeria army today, I hope you people are watching me. Most of you who have served 15 years in Nigeria army, have you been able to save 500,000 naira if you serve 15 years in Nigeria army? Especially those of you from South. Because you will serve 10 years, you never get promoted. your mate who started the service with you, some of them are colonel. Some of them are colonel. You are still managing sergeant major. And no money, your money is being embezzled by Fulani people. And you cannot think about what is going on. You cannot think about it that when the opportunity comes, don't go and kill your Biafran people that are fighting for your future. Don't go and start shooting them. Tell the military that you will not go. Let them start killing you and having court-martial on you, and the world will come. Stop going and start committing atrocities in the name of your serving Nigeria that have collapsed. Your oath of allegiance have expired. You cannot continue to kill innocent human beings that are fighting for your future, that are fighting that you can even have up to 100,000 as a cadet officer, as a salary, with other allowances. Now, let us even agree that you have allowances. Those of you that are fighting in Northeast, are fighting Boko Haram, how much is your daily allowance? The government of Fulani, the same government of Fulani, approved 5,000 naira every day for all of you that are serving in Northeast. Are you receiving that 5,000 naira? The answer is no. You are being paid 1,500 naira every day, and not even very often. So you see, they collected 5,000 from Nigeria government, and they are paying you 1,500 naira to go and start fighting Boko Haram without weapons, without good weapon, without ammunition. And they kill you, you die for 1,500 naira a day. You see your life? Your life is more than 1,500 naira. That is what I have come to tell you today. Your life is more than 5,000 naira. Your life is more than 5,000 naira that the federal government controlled by terrorists are paying you to go and die. You are the most cheapest animal. If because of 5,000 naira you are going to kill yourself in the Northeast, meanwhile you have the opportunity to stand your ground and demand for the freedom that we are fighting for. So that you don't even go to start fighting in any battlefield, we will be organizing peace mission for you. Peace mission. Because there will be no terrorists in Biafra land. There will be no terrorism in Biafra land. What we will be embarking on is what we call peace mission. We will embark on peace mission and send you to that Northeast with the heavy military equipment, state-of-the-art equipment, to go there and fight. And when you go there, you know that you are going there to represent Biafra and fight in the name of Biafra army with the best weapon available. So when you are coming, when the other military see you, like when you see American military today, ordinarily the presence of American army will solve everything. If American soldiers, if they land today, say they are going to fight Boko Haram, you will see, not only, in fact, only that the American army is coming, everywhere will just scatter. Because of the effigy. Because of the effigy, because of the military hardware, because of they are updated. They are living in present world, not in 1982. All of you are using outdated weapons. Look at what you are using to fight Boko Haram, AK-47. AK-47, how many range? 200, highest you shoot 200 meters. Boko Haram is coming with powerful machine guns. And that is why anytime they come, they kill you people in number. Because you are using an outdated weapons. You don't have anything to fight Boko Haram. And the people that are sending you, they know. They know. Are you telling me that if Boko Haram is coming today and start fighting you, that Nigeria don't have air force, a military aircraft for backup, so that immediately they are shooting, they call for a backup and the military aircraft will come there and shoot all of them? Have you ever seen that happen? It never happened, but America will do that. Immediately you are attacking American military, they will come with aircraft, with aircraft, and they will shoot every terrorist. But Nigeria cannot do it. Do you think they don't have military aircraft? They have it. But they will not do it because they are protecting the terrorists. They are protecting them because all of them are fighting the same cause. Like this Bishop Kuka already said. Now they are attacking him. They are attacking Bishop Kuka that he should not be saying. Even a baby in the stomach that knows something knows that Nigeria government and the Boko Haram and ISIS are fighting the same cause in different way. They are all fighting for Islamic State. They are all fighting for Islamization of Nigeria. So what are we talking? What are we not saying? You that is serving in Nigeria Army in Borno State, your daily allowance is supposed to be 5,000. But today, they are paying you 1,500. If you doubt me, I want the people to investigate all the soldiers that are serving in the Northeast today. How much are they collecting? They are collecting 1,500 instead of 5,000 naira. And if 5,000 naira enough, how much is it in dollar? Because of 5,000 naira, you will go and kill yourself and your family will not know nothing about you. Your family don't know nothing about you. Now, that is by the way. The same military, I hope you people are watching because I know a lot of you are watching this program. The same military, I will tell you one thing. When you go to US website, they have a data. They have complete data of how many military men have been killed in Iraq. Until present, if you go to that data, you will see the overview. The United States military casualty. I will be showing it to you. When you look at this, you will see the United States military casualties. Casualties of war. The data is here. It is not something hidden. It is something you find in internet. But when you ask Nigeria military, they will tell you you cannot disclose your casualty to your enemy. Who is your enemy? Who is your enemy? Who don't know? Is it not your enemy that is telling us how many of you that have been killed? Have you ever come to tell the world how many casualty that Boko Haram have been killed? It is the Boko Haram that are giving us the numbers of Nigeria military they killed. Is it not it? We have seen where Boko Haram come to debunk your claim and give the exact number of military killed. And at the end of the day, it was those numbers Boko Haram gave that you people buried. Mass burial. You have never conducted any remembrance of the Christian soldiers because they are Biafrans, of the Southwest soldiers because they are Duduwas. You have never conducted any kind of remembrance of people killed in Boko Haram fight. Never. Because it was planned to be so. It was planned to reduce the men of Ududuwas. It was planned to reduce the men of Biafrans. So you don't value them. You cannot organize ordinary remembrance of the people who have been killed during the Boko Haram fight. Not this your Armed Forces Remembrance Day. It is rubbish. But the people who have died, who has been fallen in cause of this Boko Haram, the people you have used to sacrifice to Boko Haram to continue to push the agenda of Islamization of Nigeria, you have never come to have a remembrance of them. Never. And you will not do it except after watching this video. You will try to put us something. That is by the way. Now, the same military, you people that are serving in Nigeria Army, do you know you have allowance called factory allowance? Now, this factory allowance, or however you people call it, how many of you are receiving this factory allowance in 2015? The answer is no. The answer is no. The allowance is, yeah, thank you, although most of you who are already converting 5,000 naira, how much it is in dollar. That is what they are being paid to go and die in Boko Haram. And they are not even receiving this 5,000 naira. They are being paid 1,500 naira every day. Now, the factory allowance that are being paid to you, how many of you have received that factory allowance since 2015? The answer is none. None of you have received that allowance. The military are taking it. The military are taking it. And whenever you see Biafra agitating, you will carry your AK-47 to go and start killing them. Does that make sense? Does that really make sense to you? You see that why I am here now shouting and using my precious time to come to shout to you is because we want a country that we can be proud of. We want a country that when you travel to UK, to United Kingdom, the immigration officer will not look at your green passport and see coat of arms and tell you to go this side. You will be subjected to a different security check because you have a Nigeria passport. We are looking for a country where, as a military man serving in Biafra, you will be able to build house from your salary alone. You will be able, in fact, in Biafra, we are not even looking at this kind of system that everybody is building house everywhere. Because everybody will have a good place to live. The idea of Biafra is that we are adopting, as I said it before, Biafra is going to be the beginning of civilization in Africa. We are adopting European system. European system that nobody will be allowed to live in mud house. The government will build house for its citizens. It is the responsibility of the government to protect its citizens. So there is going to be house. There is going to be housing, government housing. For those who cannot afford to build house, will have government housing. When the social service will be put in place, you will not be allowed to live in mud house. That is the Biafra we are looking at. So those of you serving in Nigerian military, you have a better chance in Biafra. Even the Boko Haram are well paid more than you. Because I cannot understand why they keep recruiting people. Boko Haram keep multiplying in their numbers. And every day, they tell you that the Boko Haram has surrendered, 1,000 of them surrendered. But they keep increasing. And those ones who have surrendered already joined Nigeria army to be leaking the secret to their people in the Sambisa forest. So, why I'm telling you this, when you see people protesting this year in Biafra land, in Yoruba land, because it may even happen in Yoruba land, we never know, don't go and kill them. If they tell you, go listen, just watch what is happening in other countries of the world. Venezuela, Thailand, all those countries. Watch what is happening there. The masses want a better government. It is not for themselves alone, but for you. So that when you are serving in military, you will have insurance. What we call insurance. If you die, your family will have the opportunity not to only get government support, but insurance will pay your family for you being killed during the battle. The insurance will pay your family heavy amount that can help the whole family to go to school if need, to do anything they want to do. But that kind of thing is not available in Nigeria. So you see why we are shouting. You see why I will leave everything I'm doing to come and shout so that you can receive sense. Because all of you that have died, that you have lost, most of you military that died during this army, you are already dead. You don't know what is happening in the living. But your friends, you that are their friends of those who have died, you know how many of you that have been sent to the northeast, you know how many of you that are still alive? Those people that you can no longer see today, their family will be rendered useless. It is only by God's grace that they will feed and their children will go to school. But you that are still alive, don't think what they are going to do to you. What I'm saying now is that if you are in Biafra land and you are from Biafra, of course, most of them are from the Caliphate, they will never listen to me, those in Biafra land, and that is why you will see whenever somebody is raising flag, they will give order for them to go and kill them. So I am not surprised because majority of them in Biafra land are from the north. But some of you that are with them, some of you that are commanders in Onitsha Barrack, some of you that are commanders in Enugu Barrack, some of you that are commanders in Abia State Barrack, some of you that are commanders in Ebonyi Barrack, you must not allow yourself to be used against your own people. Because We are fighting so that you will have your full potential in military service. Now you are not having your full potential in military service because you are underpaid. Not only that you are underpaid, you are being abused. Not only that you are being abused, you are more of slave. Because the peanut they are giving to you, even a slave can do better than that. How can you go and carry AK-47 to go and defend Nigeria and they are paying you for 4,800? Do you know how much ordinary local government councillor is making every month? You don't know. If you don't know, go and ask question. How much is going into local government councillor account every month from the state government? You will be ashamed of yourself. And whenever you see people fighting for you, you will carry AK-47 and start telling them to go and swim in the mud. May God forgive you. It is time you change, and that is why I'm here to change the narrative. The narrative is what I am here to change. Now, about the dead soldiers. The Nigerian military will never give you the figure of the dead and fallen soldiers. Like I have said, because their salary are going to them. And I want Nigeria government, if they claim they are fighting corruption, everybody know what they are not fighting corruption. If they claim they are doing that, let them give account of how many soldiers have died, and you will see that in the name of those soldiers that have died, a military record have collected salary. Even after 3 years of being killed by Boko Haram, their salary is running in military database. And they know the data, they know the name, the person, every fallen soldier, the Nigerian military know them. And they have the data. And through that data, they take their salary, and the salary will not go into their account. That is how evil. That is how evil the military commanders in Nigeria are. They know the data of every fallen soldiers. What they do is, once they die, they will compile this thing and then send it to the military chief. They divide the salaries. The salary will come. They are the one paying the salary, right? They are the one paying the salary. Those men, those fallen soldiers' salary will be marked as paid until the day their family is notified. Even if their family is notified, because the family's notification is just formality. It is until the government know. Until the government know that they have died. And for that reason, the salary will stop running. That is what they do. And that is the business the military have been doing. And that is why you see them today. Nobody is doing anything in Boko Haram. And when you talk of Biafra, that is where they have power. You talk about Ekpa, that is where they have power. I hope that we all be ready to defend themselves, because the ICC has come. The ICC main business. And this is the first time Nigeria will be investigated for war crime. They have been committing war crime for many years. But this is the worst in history. This is the worst in history. So the soldiers, you know, the reason we are shouting is that you need to come and serve in a state, in a country where your insurance will be, your welfare will be our main priority, the government of Biafra priority. And I believe the Duduwa will do the same. The government of Biafra, your welfare will be the biggest priority of the government of Biafra, just like the America, just like other countries and what have you. But in Nigeria, you are zero. The only thing, in fact, another thing that I am telling you, if you are watching as a Nigerian military, do you know that you buy your own uniform? You buy your own uniform. This camouflage you are wearing, did you not buy it with your own money? If I am lying, you know yourself. With this 48,000 you are being paid, you will use that money and buy your own military uniform, camouflage. Is that a country? No country in the world that will allow its soldiers to use their own hard-earned money, even the money that is not even enough to send your extended family to school. The money is not enough to help your family. How much is school fees? If you have a child that is going to university, for example, and you just join the army, or if you have a child that is going to secondary school and you just join the army, do you think you can be able to afford the school fees? You cannot afford the school fees of your child. Even now, today in Nigeria, primary schools are paying 50,000 naira as school fees. You cannot afford it. And you just parade yourself and put your hand that you are a soldier. Even police receive more salary. Even the DSS are the only people that are being paid well in Nigeria now. The DSS. And how many of you from Biafra and DSS? None. How many of you from Biafra are in DSS? None. They will never take you because that is the place they have money. The DSS have money. They are paying them good salary. But they will never recruit you as a Biafran. If they recruit one Biafran, they have recruited 10 or 20 jihadists. They will never recruit you. If for you, I know most of you have been to DSS course or recruitment exercise. How many of you were recruited from Biafra? They will not recruit you. They will recruit, first of all, the Boko Haram, repeated Boko Haram members. They will recruit people from the north before they will now consider one or two of you from the Biafra land, because they are paying them well. But in military, if you apply, they will take you. Once you can run and they will just take you. Because they know you are being used, they are using you to make money, they are using you as a slave. So if now they go and they had a contract with Turkish firm. My time is up. This is almost 1 hour. They had a contract with Turkish firm to come and build military factory in Kaduna. You think the military factory is for Nigeria? It's for business, for people who are joining the army. As you are joining the army, that military factory in Kaduna that they are opening in Kaduna is making already money from you. Because the kit they are going to produce, they will give it to you, and it is compulsory, you are going to buy it. You see? They pay you 48,000. From that 48,000, the biggest large part of it will go to that military factory in Kaduna that is not owned by Nigeria. You see how they have extorted money from you? And in actual sense, it was supposed to be, or it is supposed to be a government. It is government duty. It is the military that are supposed to provide everything, kit for you as a military man. They will provide the cloth. They will provide everything for you. But in Nigeria, you will buy it. After being underpaid, you buy your military kit. So, we are telling you now, what all this information I have given to you, of course, it is something that is happening to you. It is not a secret. But you know, now you know that we know. So, it left for you to, if they send you to go and start killing hip-hop members or Biafra agitators, don't go. Let it be the thing that will bring problem. Don't go. Don't go and kill hip-hop members. Don't go and kill any Biafra agitating group anymore. No longer. And I will come to police. Today is for military and this SouthEast. I will come to police. So I hope this information I have given, which you know, somehow have opened your eye. That you learn from what is happening in other countries. Other countries, police are protesting. Other countries, military are protesting. It is time you join your hand and protest. And you are not protesting for a better Nigeria, because Nigeria will never be better. But whenever the call for Biafra come, don't fight against your family. Don't join your enemy to fight against your own family. Because at the end of the day, you have where to come back. Thank you. Have a nice weekend. And I hope that the Lord Jesus will touch you as you're listening to this gospel. And let your eye open. And let the Spirit possess you so that you will have what it takes to make that bold step whenever the situation calls. Thank you. Good night, everyone. I love you all. Thanks for joining me. It has been a wonderful time. May God protect you all. Good night.